Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Master Cloud, and I am back for another cast of the Lord of the Rings, The Battle for Middle-earth 2, The Rise of the Witch King. Today's matchup is going to be a 2 versus 2 on Tournament Rohan. So, spawning in the upper left-hand corner is going to be Fingelfin. Fingelfin. And Fingelfin is going to be playing the Elf. Spawning in to his right side here in the upper right-hand corner is going to be Haldir, spawning of course as Agmar. In the lower right-hand side across from Haldir is going to be Epic Eagle, spawning as Isengard. And finally his partner over in the lower left-hand side is going to be the Dwarves, played by none other than King Louis. Or Lewis. We're just going to call him King so I don't have to worry about that. So, well obviously not Louis, but anyways, that would be fun. Actually I might just call him King Louis because that kind of sounds awesome. So, now I don't know if you guys can tell, but the audio may sound slightly different. I am playing on a new headset that I received for Christmas here, so this is a sort of a test out game to see how that audio works out. So please go ahead and let me know down in the comments below if you like the new audio, if you prefer the old headset. I do have that one still, and if the audio is coming through better on the old headset, then of course I am going to want to continue to use that one. But for now, sort of as this game gets underway, let's go ahead and take a look at the map. A couple of Warp Pits actually decides to build this mine a little bit too close, and he's going to start paying the penalty for that. Does he have any troops on the way? Yeah, he does. Might want to consider sending those down to save that mine. Now there is a troll cage, or a troll lair here in the middle that is next to an inn, and these guys should not engage the troll. I do not think that's the right decision. And he is going to go ahead and pull back. Might lose, no, does not lose one for his efforts there. So good reaction time there. The Elves going with a couple of Lorien archers to start it off with, going for those wargs themselves, going to be picking up that extra cash once they are able to, of course, destroy that lair. Isengard pushing forward now here. I believe that is Eagleman, as he moves forward looking for a few things to destroy, and actually does see a signal fire off to the right hand side here, so he is going to start to move towards that. The Agmar player, Haldir, appears to be... here's his troops. I was wondering where they were. He is going to be going for the cave troll. This cave troll is actually destroying these pikemen, though, and did not get a good surround on him there, and he's going to completely lose that group of units to the cave troll, as that is a pretty big mistake by Haldir there. You don't want to lose your first couple of units, as those can be incredibly important. The Dwarves already out several Guardians out on the field, deciding not to go for any pikemen off the start, but is going to start to add some in now, in case, of course, the opponent did go for a couple of horsemen, but he did not, so actually these Guardians are a perfect choice right now. And the team on the bottom right now is looking quite good. King Louis, of course, commanding those Dwarven forces. Now, it loses like Isengard, Eagleman here is going to be pushing farther forward. Agmar does see that, tries to get a summon in, but actually loses a majority of people there just as he starts to summon those in, and he is going to lose several more as he tries to run here. Hardly has any left, and now more pikemen are coming up as well. That war cry, war chant has been thrown down as well, so this damage is going to be dealt very quickly, and that mine falls with almost no contest. These axe throwers here going to get axed in the face by these swords, and this is not looking good. He does have an additional, actually throws up the troll and wolf den. I don't really agree with this right now. He needs more units on the field. He needs a hero, or he needs to pay attention to his units. He needs to throw a summon down. Does barely get out those Gundabad warriors, and it looks like some support in the back from some axe throwers, but more archers now showing up for Eagleman, and he is going to just rip through these Agmar forces on the left-hand side. The Elves pushing forward, taking out a couple units of Dwarves, and the Dwarves looking to be in a small amount of trouble here. Does have a small amount of trouble. Does have a couple of axe throwers out here. More pikemen in the middle, of course, able to kill that troll and going to pick up that extra cash. Perhaps going for... Would like to see him spend that actually on a hero, maybe King Prince Brand. Now, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the game. I don't actually know what patch this game has been played on, but I am actually casting this in the 2.02 format, replay format. So, of course, it does have the old compatibility mode. Either way, not quite sure. But Isengard here just ripping through. Haldir does come out, but it's too little, too late. The Wolf and Troll Den was really far too expensive an endeavor that early in the game, and now Haldir is going to be begin, Haldir's Waldir, going to begin to knock some of these guys down, but it's just going to be too little too late. He needs support from his ally here, but his ally actually has just lost several units in the center here. The entire unit of pikemen being destroyed, and these dwarves now pushing back forward as this game is starting to look pretty dismal for the team on top. Did not get off to that good start. The fortress is still alive with full health. Haldir is up to level 2.5 about, but does lose that additional barracks there, and Haldir decides to return to the battle with low health and gets shot down immediately. Now one group of snow trolls is out. They are going to get some pretty good damage here in with that charge ability that they kind of possess there to kind of blow over some of those troops. With additional pikemen showing up though, these trolls are not looking to be in a very good position. It does not pull them back far enough, so they will re-engage and will fall. Really all he has going for him right now is that his fortress is still in decent shape, but meanwhile on the left hand side, the elves looking to be in a little bit of trouble. The dwarves have pushed forward quite far. Several, just a ton of dwarven units here. This is just a crazy amount. The rally call goes down on top of it. Prince Brand is out as well, almost up to level 2. Of course, once he gets to the level 2, he gets that very incredibly powerful slam shot, which can devastate entire barrages of units, and does go up to level 2. Let's see if he goes ahead and uses that slam shot right now to take out one of those groups of archers. Might not be paying attention, or actually loses all of his archers on the right hand side. And these dwarves actually not engaging in battle. The dwarven player here not reinforcing as fast as I think he should be here. Does have more units coming out. And Prince Bran, are you going to use that slam shot? Would like to see it used on the Mirkwood archers here. Does do exactly that. A couple of trolls coming in to help, but they are going to be quickly taken out by Prince Bran. A couple more guardians here as well. The elves able to hold on for now, but I don't know why he's sending over help when he clearly needs to help himself at this point. He is the one needing help. Haldir here, as his elven friend just refusing to help him, saying, you know what, deal with it yourself. Thanks for sending the guys over, but I'm a little too busy in my own battle to help you with yours right now. A couple of elves do get through. They are trying to chase down Prince Bran. A little bit of a mistake here is going to be able to lose all of those rather quickly. Prince Bran will stop to go ahead and finish the rest of that group off. Now those men of Dale are coming from the inn in the center here that the dwarves was able to capture after he used those pikemen there in the beginning. I think that's a smart choice. That's a great unit and a great structure for him to have captured so early in the game. Because of course those men of Dale's quite powerful and quite cheap coming from that inn. Does cost a total of 300. That is of course I believe cheaper than buying them from here. Yes, this is a 500. And of course, it's basically an extra barracks for him, or an extra archery range. Except, of course, you can't produce the dwarves. But the Men of Dale, arguably better. But of course, you can't buy them the same upgrades. But anyways, and they're not dwarves, so they don't scale with the King Dane bonus. But nevertheless, Isengard continuing to push forward here. Haldir throws down Haldir throws down the spell. That's hardly going to be effective here, as this fortress is beginning to start to take damage here. He's lost his wolf and troll den. He's building an expansion on the wrong side. Would like to see that wolf expansion. Throws down a battle tower expansion as well. He's basically just trying to hold on right now and let the elf player, his ally Fingolfin, try and win his side while he holds on, but he's actually losing his side here. So Fingolfin actually in full retreat now, as there are several heroes out for the dwarves. Prince Brand now full health again and glowing, almost to level 2. Does cancel that tree there as he has to retreat farther and farther back into his own territory. Let's take a look at Isengard's base here. Epic Eagle throwing down a couple of barracks. Does have 3 total. Several mines scattered around. The Dwarven player has mines just everywhere. And actually, the Isengard player, I think, is a little short on mines. Could add a few to help him increase his income and possibly get out a hero of his own. Lurks, of course, a very good Isengard hero that would be nice to see him on the field. This catapult turning out to be pretty decent so far. The battle expansion and the upgrade goes down for the fortress. I'm not sure which fortress upgrade he purchased there, but for now it's going to be at least semi-effective, as it is going to help him hold off this attack. These units, actually there goes the wolf. We do have a wolf expansion here on the backside, the dire wolf kennel, one of I think the best expansions that came for your fortress, and that is going to help him hold on just a little while longer. The Dwarven forces have pushed way too far ahead. Glowin sustaining massive damage. Prince Bran fleeing but getting shot in the back by those Mirkwood archers. They're just too powerful at range, too powerful in terms of the damage they deal, and the Dwarven force has completely been defeated. Sorry I missed that battle, but I mean, who wants to just see a bunch of dwarves slaughtered? If you want that, go watch the Battle of the Five Armies, which I recently saw in theaters. Was decent, I'll say. I'm not gonna say. I definitely preferred the 3 original movies before the Hobbit movies, but hey, what are you gonna do? At least it's some more from Middle Earth, and I of course love Middle Earth, and I love casting games that happen on Middle Earth. Now Angmar actually able to get a couple of his units through here. Haldir able to possibly take out this mine, throws down the spell in order to finish taking out the mine. The Thrallmaster is almost dead though. One hit on this Thrallmaster and he is finished. These guys deciding to run in place instead of help. Oh, the final axe hits the Thrallmaster and he of course does fall down. Now the elves majorly pushing forward here. Ton of Mirkwoods in the back. Do they have the Silverthorn upgrade on the way? The answer to that is no. Only has a level 1 forge so far. Would like to see him get that Silverthorn upgrade. Does have Haldir out on the field, and I just realized that this player is named this hero, so that's very interesting. Nevertheless, unimportant in the scope of this battle, I suppose. The outcome, or at least. A couple units of Angmar trying to help hold off here, trying to secretly rebuild over here on the right side, but it's not going to happen. The war chant's gone down. The orcs, the Uruk-hai, the pikemen are too powerful. That building's going to get destroyed. The Uruk berserkers quickly start dealing terrible damage here. This going to go down as well, and this player, Haldir, is looking to be in a ton of trouble, loses several more of his units here. Lurt's now out on the field. The elves finally decide to come over and help. They say, you know what? Fine. We'll help you. We'll come over here. We see the Lurtz is out on the field now. They are going to actually focus Lurtz down. Lurtz is just taking terrible damage. Dies immediately there. But more Isengard swarming in from the south. A hidden army runs from the trees, and now the elves are in a lot of trouble. Their archers here are actually caught kind of in the front. All the pikemen over here dealing damage on the right-hand side. These Uruk berserkers just tearing through some of these forces here. Will lose the majority of those. But in the meantime, he's going to be taking out a ton of these archers. Well, the war chant goes down too little too late at this point, as the elves are just taking way too much damage here, losing too many units. These archers need to be way back here by the fortress. They are able to deal a pretty large amount of damage here. The summon goes down from the dwarves. I believe these are the dwarven forces. Yes, King Louis throws down some hobbits here to help take out some of these elves. The elves will survive, albeit barely. They've lost a decent amount of their troops here, and I'm not sure why this dwarven player is not moving forward. King Louis throws down that spell to help, but he isn't pushing forward. The entire elven force over on the right-hand side. Now more units coming out of the barracks, and he will be able to help hold on with these forces. The dwarves still biding their time, waiting possibly for that hero to pop back out of the fortress. Which hero it is beats me. But we actually have some upgrades going on right now. Is going to get up to level 3, going for those fire arrows to be added to the Men of Dale, which of course makes those archers that much more powerful. Isengard deciding, hey, I don't want to wait till my forces are all the way built back up. I have another troop. Let's send them back out onto the field. Another group of Uruk Deathbringers. I think I was calling them Berserkers before. They are in fact the Deathbringers. The Berserker is just the single unit with the red sword. The Deathbringers, and now actually Isengard has begun the siege works. The siege ballistas have now been built. The siege will commence here from afar, as this fortress, he realizes it was way too dangerous to get close to this fortress. The dwarves now have a demolisher as well. He's going for the kill here, but the Silverthorn is out. The Silverthorn is out. The spell goes down. The dwarves in a ton of trouble here, as these Silverthorn archers are beginning to pick away at their fortress from very far. The eagles are coming as they bring forth as two eagles are summoned here from Rivendell, or not Rivendell, but from our Elven player, as they just tear apart this Dwarven army. And suddenly the dwarves looking to be in a ton of trouble. I think they waited too long. Yes, there's a little bit of fire over here, but it's hardly dealing enough damage, as these eagles just decimate the dwarven forces. And that was a slaughter. Glowin is going to escape with his life. Prince Bran deciding not to even be in that battle. It was so terrible. And the dwarves looking to be in a little bit of trouble. Isengard now pushing forward. This fortress is way, way upgraded. And Isengard kind of just uselessly throwing away his forces here, I feel like. Going for this fortress, he doesn't have the necessary units in order to deal the damage necessary to take out this fortress efficiently, and instead he's just going to be throwing away tons and tons of units basically for free. I mean, he's getting some damage in here, but he's just lost like 4 or 5 complete units here, as Haldir smartly just kind of sitting back behind his fortress here. The Deathbringers are still alive, although they are being focused now by the towers. 2 expansions are gone, a couple more units. These archers basically do no damage to the fortress. Finally, the siege ballistas in rage, throwing up a couple of arrows at the fortress. I think with these siege ballistas, this may not be a losing battle, but even so, he's lost a ton of units. And now on the left-hand side, the elves are pushing forward. The dwarves have not yet prepared another force. The battle wagon needs to focus on the archers in the back, but instead it's stuck in the front by the pikemen. The archers go down, the battle wagon sustaining damage, the pikemen now focusing it down, and I think this battle wagon is going to do basically 0 damage. Prince Bran finally throws out his slam shot, but the archers now see him in the back, and he is going to get focused down and taken out immediately. The Silverthorn just way too OP, as these units just fall almost mercilessly here, with basically dealing so little damage. One slam gets off by Glowin as he falls, though, and suddenly you have a ton of archers in the back of your base, or in the front of your base now, shooting from afar, taking out basically everything. There is very little that the dwarves can do at this point. I mean, he needs like 3 battle wagons to run through these right now, but does he have them? He only has 1, and it's on the way. It's not even here yet. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, it looks like the fortress of Isengard finally was taken out by those siege ballistas. The siege ballistas themselves being taken out by a group of wolf riders. The wolf and troll den now back up, almost destroyed though. But Isengard looking to be in a solid position here. Lurtz is still out on the field. I think he's moving forward with a couple of units, more Deathbringers. Isengard looking to be okay here. A summon goes down from the hobbits. Frodo here gets popped in the face by a couple of archers here. The hobbits just buying him time. Legolas now out on the field as well. They have summoned him to the field, and he begins to move forward as the rock drop comes down from our right player. Now Haldir actually decides to quit the game. I guess he decided here that he's basically sustained too much damage. Doesn't have enough. I guess he only has a single mine in the field, so making so little of income here, decides to actually leave the game. So it's going to be up to our Elven player. Now the elves do have, I'd say, a pretty good upper hand here. I mean, he's lost the majority of his forces here, and it is 2 versus 1 now. But he does have, Silverthorn has several heroes out in the field. Haldir actually up to level 7. Let's see, Golden Arrow, once he gets that level 10, a high damage attack that stuns enemy units. I don't think I've ever seen Haldir get to level 10. So I've never actually seen that ability used. Haldir usually incredibly weak, dies very easily. But with Haldir out of the game here, his barracks are basically going to sit here uselessly. He can't actually build the snow trolls because he can't produce additional mines, and I guess he must have lost his last builder, so that's why he went ahead and left the game. That's my only conclusion here as to why he left, or maybe got disconnected. Either way, decided it wasn't worth it to stay in. So these Earth Deathbringers, now a maximum of 3 are allowed, and 3 are out on the field. The forces of Isengard now beginning to upgrade as that armory begins to work here as it spins. The forge blades have been researched. The heavy armor has not been researched, but can be at any time. On the left-hand side, the elves pushing forward. The dwarves getting taken out from afar. Prince Bran has already used his battle shot. The Watcher goes down, though, from Isengard, finally getting enough power points to get up to that Watcher. Throws that down. All of a sudden, the elves looking to be in a little bit of trouble. The dwarves are surviving. The flood goes down, but it's not enough from the elves to actually destroy the fortress. Deals terrible, terrible damage. And Haldir actually taking a lot of damage, though. Legolas focusing on the Watcher. I think that's a mistake. Should be focusing on Prince Bran, as Legolas is taking a terrible amount of damage. Only level 1. Those axes, are they going to be enough to take him out? Legolas will escape. No! Prince Bran hits him in with a headshot from the back there. And Legolas falls, and suddenly the elves looking to be in a ton of trouble. Losing all those heroes, he just doesn't have the income right now to go ahead and replace them. I mean, that's probably all he has time for. He's trying to get out more. That's all he has, excuse me, not time, but all he has income for. But instead, going for those Mirkwood archers, not necessarily something I disagree with. Might want to even throw up a battle tower. I mean, it's a little offensive, as battle towers are considered to be sort of inappropriate building. But Fingolfin, realizing the helplessness of his situation, decides to go ahead and just leave the game, does not want to see his forces slaughtered. So thanks everybody for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this game. Once again, comment, let me know what you think of the audio of this new microphone. Should I continue using this one? Should I use the old one? Please let me know. And I hope you enjoy this cast. A special thanks to Epic Eagle for going ahead and submitting that game to me. Thanks everybody. Master Cloud signing out.